So Shaykh, in regards to what's been happening these past few days, Mawlana Qasim Ziana has issued a fatwa mentioning the peer that you have mentioned, as well as a few other peers, and he's given a fatwa to say that this peer that you mentioned is not only an alim, but he's also a peer as well.
A peer as in al-murshidul kamil.
Yeah.
Is that what he means? So there's 2 points here. Number one, he's claiming he's an alim of the deen. An alim of the deen should be able to recite al-Quranul Kareem, give the tafsir of al-Quranul Kareem, even if he resorts to the tafasir in Arabic. Similarly, a hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because the deen is al-Quran wa sunnah. And he should be able to extract rulings of al-fiqh from the books of fiqh like Raddul Muhtar, Hashi ibn Abdin, which I mentioned, or Al-Hidayah, for instance. That particular Pir Sahib, and I'm used the word Pir in the sense generally as he's an ustad, or he's a director of a charity, or he guides people to a degree. We would not say he's an alim of the deen if he cannot do that specific task. Additionally, if someone is al-ummi, you have a wali who's an ummi, like Shaykh Abdul Aziz al-Dabbagh, rahimahullah, or al-Imam Abu al-Abbas al-Mursi, rahimahullah. An ummi wali can be a murshid kamil and have been murshid kamil. So the ummi wali is an alim also. Why? Because he has his ilm through kashf. So Abu al-Abbas al-Mursi, rahimahullah, he taught a major alim of the deen, Ibn Ata'illah al-Iskandari, rahimahullah. And he had knowledge through kashf. So he would quote books from kashf. And similarly, Abdul Aziz al-Dabbagh, rahimahullah. So we are not denying that they are awliya who are ummi, but they have ilm through kashf. So with regard to these directors of charities, some of these ulama, graduates, and also the qualification of a mufti, they work for these charities. So because they work for these charities, they find themselves in a position where they need to validate those peers. I'm going to say this clearly. I attend gatherings of peers. I've attended gatherings of peers. But in those same gatherings, I've mentioned the shurut of the conditions of a peer. I have been consistent in that regard. Even if a peer calls me now, we deem them as Muslims, Sunni Muslims. We cooperate with them, but we disagree with them when they claim al-wilayatul kubra. We disagree with them if they claim to be al-murshidul kamil, unless they actually are al-murshidul kamil. And we disagree with many of them claiming that they are ulama, because they clearly are not ulama. And if they are not ulama in the formal sense, they have kashf ilm, then their kashfi ilm will be known. Meaning you sit with a wali who has kashf. I have sat with awliya who have kashf. They have ilm, ulum through kashf. It's وَعَلَّمْنَاهُ مِن لَدُنَّا عِلْمًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says regarding Khidr alayhi salam, he had that knowledge of kashf. But if someone downgrades the title and they say, what we mean by peer, that I am an ustad, like someone has done recently, they have now downgraded, they do not claim al-walayatul kubra, al-wilayatul kubra, or they do not claim to be al-murshidul kamil. But let me say something. Al-Imam al-Rabbani, rahimahullah ta'ala, Ahmad al-Sirhindi, he states in his maktubat that a naqis shaykh has a bad effect. So if you're not kamil, you're naqis. If you're taking bay'ah and you're naqis, your naqs, your deficiency will be imparted to your murideen also. So they miss these type of things. So if you're not kamil, you're naqis. So even if you're naqis, why are you still giving bay'ah? If you say I'm passing on a wird, then leave it to that. There are some shuyukh who just say we are giving al wirdul am and that's it. But they do not say they are murshideen. They give the wird. So there are so many shurut that I can go through the works of Imam al-Rabbani, Imam Abdul Wahhab al-Sha'rani, Shaykh Muhyiddin ibn Arabi, so many great ulama that they have mentioned these things. And I'm not making this up from myself. So again, I'll make very clear, I may associate with peers, I may even attend their gatherings, I may do lectures, but I will not say that they are al-murshidul kamil or they have al-wilayatul kubra, unless they actually do have that. And that will be very evident, self-evident. But we deem them as Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, but they should not make false claims. So if you're saying this particular peer is an alim of the deen, can he teach can he give tafsir of the Quran? Let me mention something else. Al-Arif Billah can give tafsir of the Quran from Kashf. He can recite Ayatul Quran and give you more than 70 interpretations. Each one does not contradict the other. Like Al-Imam Abu al-Abbas al-Mursi, so many Al-Arif Billah, Ahmad bin Ajiba rahimahullah. So those who claim Kashf, what they are doing, some of them here in Birmingham as well, you have this. They read books of Arifin Billah and they pretend it's their own Kashf. I read those books. The works of the Arifin, I read them. But when I give that tafsir, I will say this is from this wali, this is from that wali. There are some people who actually give that tafsir and they fool the followers into thinking it's their own kashf. So there is this type of deception going on, and it's ayyam al-fitan. Also disqualification of mufti. How many muftis do we have? We have more than 500 muftis in the UK, more than the Arabian Peninsula, more than Saudi Arabia. How can there be that many muftis? The qualification of a mufti is very high also. So these are so many things that I can talk about. I would advise these people, rather than being grifters, just being after the money, grifting, be serious people and talk to the people of regarding the deen of Allah as it is.